For many centuries, scholars have struggled with the concept of race and racial identity. Today, race is afforded many definitions, but in general refers to a person's physical characteristics, such as bone structure and skin, hair, or eye color. Although scholars still struggle with formulating and agreeing on a single clear-cut definition, they have agreed on one thing. That is, race is a false classification of people that is not based on any real or accurate biological or scientific truth. It was created for political purposes, and it benefits only the group who strive to maintain its importance. There are no clear-cut lines for being white, black, Hispanic, or any other race category, yet there is no pressure to eliminate the differentiation and embrace the similarities. With that being said, many people have come to the startling realization that they do not fit or belong to a single race category. These people of mixed races must then decide which category they wish to align themselves with, but must always try to maintain an advantage, a sense of political correctness, and the feeling that they actually belong to this group. Then there are those who get it absolutely wrong. One such example, Rachel Dolezal. Born to both white mother and father and no evidence of a single black ancestral lineage, Dolezal has passed for her black for most of her adult life. She has ascended the ranks within the black community while passing as a member of this group and has built her entire existence around this race. The question then lies in whether she or not knowingly deceived the race of people, and for what reason. The case around Rachel Dolezal makes today's topic of race an important one because it begs the question: if race is not real, then why can't we pass for whichever race we would like?
Hi, my name is Wesley.
And I'm Terrecia. Hi. Anyways, let's get into the questions for the day. And the first one is, how do you racially identify and why?
I racially identify as African American, or black. Black American, more precisely. And the reason I call myself Black American is because, one, I'm black and I'm American. And two, if we had to be honest, it's because if I was to walk down the street, I'm still considered a person of color. Like, white people are white people and everyone else is a girl category.
Mm-hmm. Well, for me, like, I always knew in a sense that I was black, but I never had, being Jamaican, I never had to identify myself as black. I never, like, race construct in Jamaica, it exists, but it's used so very rarely that I never, until I came here, I wasn't like, and I definitely don't consider myself African American. Sorry, I'm not American, but anyway,
Wait, that's fine.
So if I was to identify as anything right now, I'm black. I mean, but okay, I'm black. Your turn.
Oh, Lord. When was the first instinct that you became aware of your racial identity? What was said to you, or what was your experience like?
Oh, that's the thing. Like, coming here and realizing that you have all these forms to fill out, and I was at first, I mean, I know I'm black, but then you have black or African American. I'm not African American, not because I'm here and I'm black means I should be African American. So, like, I always wish, like, I could just mark like a big X through everything and just write Jamaican. It's so much more simpler. But the first instance was like, yeah, when I got here and I had to fill out all those forms, and they were like, are you black, are you African American, Hispanic, blah blah blah, and I was like, okay, fine, let's choose the black one. I'm black.
I knew I was black, or the first instincts of me knowing that I was black was probably in elementary school, when I went to a predominantly black school with children, and especially when I went to a PWI in second grade all the way until my first year of high school before I went to virtual school. No, and it wasn't until I realized when I went to that PWI middle school what I really was. College was different. Even some of the stuff they would say. Because in my whole second grade class, in the whole school, honestly, there was only like 4 black people out of 1,000 to 500 kids.
At the PWI?
At the prime white school of middle school.
Like,
There's nothing against them. It's just, it's not.
Okay, Mr. Cameraman.
Hey people, I'm still here. I'm still alive. They haven't killed me yet.
You are.
Okay, we're getting in today. Okay, like you know that show Mixed Dish? It's premiering tonight. Mixed Dish. You know
Brownish, blackish mixed dish.
Yeah, and that show, like even though I'm not that interested in it kind of touches upon, like in the black community, how if you're like lighter than a certain shade of black, you will get ostracized. So I can understand that, because it's like, oh, you're too black for white people, but too white for the black. And so sometimes that deals with your mannerisms, not just like your skin color and your interests. But my first experience of kind of being like figuring out my race or my like skin color was like being young and stuff in elementary school, and it was just like somebody just called me black. I'm like, what? And then I'm just looking at crayons. I asked my mom, like, why do they call me black if the crayon is brown? And she's like, that's how it is, baby. And it was shocking to me. Like, I didn't know how to take it because
I remember. I was saying no.
Join the conversation.
No, I remember this one time I asked these white kids about collard greens, because I was like, y'all know what collard greens is? That's what my mom's fixing. She said, and it was like, what are collard greens? And I'm just like, what? Y'all don't know about collard greens and fried chicken?
They know.
No. It was horrible. I was like, I feel so ostracized. What the heck? And then my grandma came and they asked me for Grandparents' Day. And because I told you she's so fair, it was like, is your grandma white? I was like, no. Look, no, in middle school, I was like, no. Asked my mom the next day, you told me your grandma was black, right?
Okay. Just making sure. But like, especially like, considering what you just said about the mixed dish and being ostracized, like I don't see why so much priority is placed on, or importance is placed on skin color, considering that race is like a social construct that's not even real.
Categorizing.
Exactly.
Humans like the construct of categorizing things, like how you say a carrot is a vegetable, and an orange is a fruit. Technically, if you want to categorize it, it's orange, or like a type of orange. But even then, colors aren't really real. It's only what we're seeing out of the human eye. It's just humans are organizing, wanting to have things organized.
Yeah,
and since white people had the first go at race, they were able to control how it was ordered. We're all black. No, we're all colored, and say fuck you.
Yeah.
And the white people are like, we're white, we're pure. But it also just comes from the history of the idea of colors, like how colors are, like red makes you angry, blue is calm, white is like pure, and then darker is dirty, like shadows.
But it also goes to show, you said like how white people had the first go at it. Like if they had the first go at it, there's so many things that they had the first go at defining, and they became like a concrete definition. Race still has no concrete definition. Like
it's not like people discuss it every day like we are now. But the thing is, it's not until people decide, hey, we're actually going to change it. It's when people decide they're actually going to change it and make that concrete change.
Yeah.
At least change. It is hard because, you know, once people are in that mindset, it's hard to
because
change.
It's just passed down. You can't tell a child to stop thinking a certain way unless you're telling or showing them not to think in that way towards certain people.
Oh yeah, that's the reason racism is still alive.
Yeah.
Because racist white people are telling their kids, black people, but they're learning from their schoolmates. This is why it's important for people to interact with other people that don't think the same. Because they might learn from the parents, black people are evil.
Well, unless you actually know a black person, you see they're not the stereotype that their parent are categorizing them as, and you understand that not everybody is exactly the way certain people are. So unless you actually have experiences with people of different colors and, you know, backgrounds and stuff, you can't really say something against them.
No, but even then, it doesn't even have to be that type of jump from having white parents tell you this and then me having a black parent. It can be having white parents say, oh, colored people bad, to having like a white friend who also, like another white person who blends in, say, and then say, hey, they're acting not as bad, I have some friends, they show you a different point of view. It doesn't mean you just have to find a black friend. Because people say that all the time, like, oh, I know what this is because I got a black friend.
But they're not,
that's not true.
They're not understanding that just having a black friend doesn't make it okay to say it. It's like having a black friend, you understand why people don't want you to say it. You understand coming from their point of view. But when you don't have like that insight, you're just being insensitive and ignorant. So, yeah, that was a good question. All right, I was just here for that question.
No, you can stay.
You're staying.
You ladies have the camera.
Oh my god.
Don't get mad. I know y'all miss me.
Alright. Alright, so what experiences have allowed you to identify as a race that you do as opposed to another race?
Let me see.
Because I mean, as you said, your grandma is kind of white. Like, she could identify as white, which would be passing, but hey, she can identify if she wants to. But like, why do you choose?
She really can't. Like, to us in the black community, yeah, but that's because she's quote unquote light skinned or lighter or fair. But to white people, her hair is different. But you know, you can pass, but there's things that they'll see culture wise, but also some physical things, like how our noses are bigger, or like generally bigger than theirs. How our face is more, our ears might be bigger. I'm
so confused about this whole race shit. I'm sorry.
But honestly, it's just
it.
no. But the thing is, it's just we have different physical attributes. It's nothing bad. It's just bigger lips.
But they try to make it bad though.
They try to, but the thing is, that's why you have to say black is beautiful. Because our lips are big for a reason. There's a reason why we did that. I can't remember the history of why we have bigger lips, bigger ears, and bigger noses. But I know that because we have bigger noses, we're able to smell more than them. And the reason we're darker is because we can handle more sun than them, which is black people still get sun cancer. I can't stress that enough. Put on sunscreen. But we don't need as much as them. We can go out for at least any type of sun without sunscreen is bad. But we can walk to our class and not have to worry about chili bread. Even if you're lighter like me.
Wow.
But
so what about you? That's about your grandma. Like,
as race, go ahead.
Why do you identify as that, as like your experiences as opposed to
Culture, my history, and the fact it also is a generational thing. My mom identifies as black. I'm not gonna say I'm white when I don't look like white people. I'm not gonna say I'm Hispanic when I don't look like Hispanic people. It's really fitting yourself into a category due to the fact that's the only thing you know. Like, we had a bigger choice option than what you said, African American, Black American, white, Hispanic, on them damn forms, that would be different. I would be able to do that. Because I'm adopted, but say if I was adopted by a white family, technically by skin color I am Black American. By culture, I would be white American. But what they're not looking at is the culture, they're looking at your color. So we stopped defining forms about color and what you look like and more about like your culture. Then I would consider, compared to everyone else on this campus, I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably white. Like, yeah. On school grounds, because I don't do a lot of things that are stereotypically black. I don't like fried chicken Wednesday. I don't like fried chicken that much. I like fried chicken and collard greens. But I like my mama's fried chicken and collard greens. I don't like what they got here. I don't like hip hop music. I like some hip hop music I can get with. I don't like the lyrics of it, so I'm not blasting out to it. I'm not twerking every day. And I like listening to musicals like Hamilton, Heathers. Beetlejuice is hidden recently because it's the Halloween season. So that's lit. I like musicals. I like R&B, the old school, not this new stuff. This new stuff is cute or whatever. And I hit on some country sometimes. There's like 2-3 country songs on my playlist and play.
I love country songs. But for me, like, as I said, like, first of all, like, being in America, there is no other identity that I can assume. I mean, I'm too dark to pass for anything else. That's the first reason, and that's the first experience. I'm being here and being darker than anybody else who, like, identifies as anything else. So I couldn't pass for any other race. But, like, I realize now that all my freaking cultural experiences are black. Now that I come here, I'm able to say, oh, this is a black people thing. Back home, we would just say, oh, this is Jamaican, or But here, oh, it's a black people thing because it's not like I'm among just Jamaicans. Here, I'm among other black people, and I realize that there's some similar things. So culturally, I'm black. Physically, I can't pass for anything else. Your question.
What are some struggles that you face in dealing with your race or identity?
I've only been here for a short time. 1 year is still a short time for me compared to how long I've been back home. But like, since I've been here, like, I've been so aware that I'm black now because these white people, yes, these white people, no, for real, like, it was so unfair to me. I've had at least 2 experiences that I totally hated. When I was at Walmart, there was this white woman and her child was so free and roaming. And as soon as the child, they came across me and another black person, the white lady was like, oh, stranger danger, bitch, you ain't know there was stranger danger before she came across me? And then there was this other time I was at the park. It's the old man. So this man, he was like an adult, could have probably had a child who was 20, but he was walking with his parents, right? And his dad was walking through the shed that I was sitting in, and his dad was talking to me about like the dance stuff. And then this fucking man gonna walk up, oh dad, here's the trash can, pointing his dad to the other part of the park. And I'm like, okay. And then his mom, I could see where he got his racism from. Like, his mom came and she walked so far off and then walked in. I'm like I'm so much more aware that I'm black while here. I'm not even aware of it back home. Like, there's no need to be. So like, what was the question? Okay, so that's like the struggle, like just people just being openly racist. And considering that we're in a black state, I don't even know why these motherfuckers being racist, because we can kick you at any point in time.
Actually, even though there's less of them, they seem like they got control. I wanted, because I was walking, so go ahead, finish your.
No, you can go ahead, it's just them racist people.
No, because I was in North Carolina, because my ex had a meat, she didn't check her bill, she had meat. I was walking with her teammates who were injured in Dick's Sporting Goods. I was looking at the rollerblades because I like to skate. The last pair of inlines I had was I was in, 3rd grade. My uncle bought them for me. I loved them. But then I went to 4 wheels, which are the two back. I was like, oh, these inline skates are nice. Expensive. They're on the same up. This one white lady comes in to me. She asks, hey, do you work here? I'm not wearing any clothes that involve Dick's Sporting Goods. I'm wearing my cloth and gear because I was traveling. And she's like, she comes and said, hey, do you work here? Do you know what a gun store is?
I'm sorry.
I said, and oops.
Wow.
I was like, no ma'am, I don't work here. I don't know what a gun store is. I lost my friend. I need to go find her. I ran straight to that. My friend, she was trying on pants. She wasn't ready to go yet. I was like, they talking about shooting me. They really talking about shooting me. And straight to my face. I called my mom. I felt so disrespected and disgusted. I was just like, this happens? It's time to go? Because she's like, do you know where this gun store is? I'm like, I'm wearing orange. I don't know. I don't remember they wear orange shirts at Dick's Sporting Goods. If you do, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I spazzed, but I was so confused. I said, no, I don't. I was just looking at the inlines. And I swear, I said out loud, oh, these skates are so pretty. I wish I could get them. I'm gonna see what me and my mom can discuss. Cause maybe I can do a payment plan with my mom. Oh, and I got another story.
Go ahead.
But it's a more of a story. So the middle school I was talking about, I went to the 2nd grade. I learned, the reason I transferred was because I have dyslexia. And with that, black people aren't always open to like mental problems, including depression, mental health, or anything that has to do with like just like differences. And they just say pray to God. And I'm like, God made me this way for a reason, sweetheart. You gotta embrace it. But my principal, who's white, my birth mother who had me, she was a drug addict and she was on drugs when she had me. And so my principal made a comment saying, oh, so you're a crack baby. She's white, my mom's black. I still went to that school, so miraculously my mom didn't kill. or some legal stuff. Now I'm not gonna say kill because my mom's not that type of person. But I'm glad she didn't do nothing illegal because she said crack baby. My mom, I don't know where I was. I think I was just in La La Land because she had books in the back. I was like, oh my gosh, because I love to read. No, it was hard for me, and I sort of shut down that area. And my mom didn't like that. My mom called her mother, aka my grandma, and almost snapped because this white lady called me a crack baby. Yet there's so many other people that are not colored who have been born while their parents are on drugs, alcohol, and on hardest, I don't know what she was on. It could have been heroin, but there's other people on heroin who crack babies. Don't call people crack babies. Mostly when you know their situations.
That's like a rule of thumb, especially for somebody in her. It's a lady, right? In her position, like. You don't. First of all, you don't reveal sensitive information, even if it's just like in that setting. And second of all, like you white, be so politically correct.
No, but the thing is, it was a middle school for people who had learning disabilities. So you could have got those anyway. There's people who had ADHD so bad. There's people who walked out like this in the hallways. I'm not gonna say it was rough, but he would have panic attacks in the rooms.
The question is. Do you believe that people should be able to identify however they please, regardless of their physical appearance or other people's opinions, and why? So, do you think I can like go and say, okay, I'm white, even though I look black, and don't care about what people think?
No. Like when white people say they black. No. Unless, hold on, pause. I'm not saying, oh, so what's the point of this conversation? Don't, like, it's just, you can't say you're white. Like, nowadays, it's too established. You're not white. And, okay, that's a good way to say, oh, we're all colored, we're all white, we're all same, we're all similar. No, we are different and respected different. If you tell me you do not see color, like that famous, what's that movie where they say, if you don't see my color, you're not seeing me? That's what we on. That is what we are on. Because you don't see that I am a color, like, instead of ignoring, like, instead of trying to, like, throw away color, embrace people's cultures. Like, don't just clarify them, oh, they're black, so they like to sag their pants, they like ghetto music, they like roll, like, from, don't they say the Spanish, like, low riders or something?
Yeah, something like that.
And they, like, have, like, see, okay, that's something. But they, like, don't, I know, look. I'm not gonna shut that down, I'm sorry. But don't ignore my color of my skin. Embrace my culture. I am black American. And I am proud black American. But you're not gonna tell me that I like hip hop music. I'm a hoochie mama, probably got 3 baby daddies. I don't have any baby daddies. I don't have any children. I'm not like, what do say other people, black people do? I'm not beaten by my parents. I don't get beat by my parents. My mom never hit me, trust and believe, which is probably why I'm spoiled. And I don't feed me fried chicken and watermelon. I'm low-key allergic to watermelon. So I do not like fruit punch. I do not like Kool-Aid. Don't ask me the flavor of the Kool-Aid. Like, don't say I want to be like them dancers in those BET music videos or any black person's music videos or any music videos, like, period. Don't say, oh, was it hard for you, racism? I don't know. I wasn't born then. Is it hard to walk out in the world where white people look at me like my hair is something to play with? No. Do I like the people saying, oh, you're black? And stereotyping and categorizing me and saying I already do this and this even though when they don't know me? Yes. But was it hard to be in chains on boats? I don't know. Imagining it hurts. It really does. I feel like it would be hard. But it's something that didn't happen and should not be ignored. So bottom line is, what was the question?
Do you think we can identify whatever way we want?
The answer is no. Should we focus more on people's cultures than race, than their skin color? Yes. And their like facial features? Yes. But don't ignore, don't say, oh, I'm black even though you're white, or I'm white even though I'm black, or I'm Asian even though I'm black. You're not. You're just not. But if you say, I have the skin color, but I am raised in the Asian culture, because one of my professors was like that. She would categorize herself as Asian because of how she grew up with Chinese food, Asian, like the Asian cuisine. I think she said something about dumplings. I can't remember. She said something. But the thing is, don't categorize by color. We should categorize culture, which equals you having to actually get to know this said person. Because not all black people are bad, not all white people are bad, not all black people are good, not all white people are good, not all Asians are the smartest people alive.
True.
Some of them are the smartest people alive, but that goes for some of the white people, some of the black people, the Indians, Asians, Pacificers, Pacific people, Islanders. It goes for everyone. Not everyone is the same. Not everyone is different either. There's ways to categorize people, but there should be smart ways to categorize people.
Like, I agree with that because, like, I'm, like, kind of the opposite of you. I do love hip-hop, but I like it because it's, like, a form of storytelling. So, like, appreciate their culture. Like, I like hip-hop because it's a form of storytelling.
But what type of, like, this new stuff when they talk about fucking bitches and hoes?
No.
That's what I'm,
Is that even hip-hop? Like,
technically it's under hip-hop if you Google hip-hop Goldmine. On Spotify.
But like,
so that's the only reason I say I don't like hip hop. I like old school. Old school I can throw it back to the 90s, the 80s, the 70s, and the 60s. But I'm not messing with what they got now. Because what they got, they just talking about how they messing with girls, every single girl every night, how they got money, how they wearing how they we don't do that. I don't want no killer who smokes pot and drinks every day. Like that's a real problem in families. There's alcoholism. Why do I want no more man smoking and drinking? That's not cute. I want a man to be not uptight, but a respectable man.
Yeah, that's true. And like with, say for example, even just eating watermelon, like we do that in the islands, but then that's a fruit and it's healthy. Like we don't do it because we're black. We do it because like
it's good.
And
before the religious reaction starts, it's good.
Exactly.
Like cantaloupe, like just because people eat bananas, they mean they monkeys.
True. So true. Because white people act like, oh, we shouldn't eat bananas because we're not monkeys like them. Like, who you talking? Them
honestly, if you want to be honest and not like, if you want to talk about evolution, technically we all are monkeys, and technically the first people were found in Africa.
Where else would they come from?
Technically, everyone black. The only reason they're white is because they moved up north to where there's not much sun. So technically, if you talk about historically, I think there has been some evidence that proves that may not be true fully. But the last thing I heard, it was we were all basically found in Africa and people moved up north, lived less sun, and turned white.
So basically what this entire conversation is saying is that race is still hard to define, but you can identify based on a particular race, based on your physical appearance and your experiences and your culture, and also that people shouldn't be like stereotyped into being a certain thing or acting a certain way because they're that particular race, and we should appreciate people
As people.
You know,
we ain't talking about
bye.
Bye. Bye.